Well, good evening everyone and welcome to YouTube. My name is Tom and I have to go over here now to press the buttons. It's so far away. Hey everybody, welcome to our regular fortnightly live stream and welcome to Keyboard Skills Pro. If you haven't already pressed the subscribe button, please do hit that either now or when you finish the live stream. And that way you'll see when we upload new content to the channel. And next to the subscribe button there's a Liberty bell. If you ding that bell, whenever I do notifications and things, you'll get a little message on your account or in your inbox. But a very warm welcome to you all, as I say, to our regular live stream. And wherever you're watching in England or in Europe or around the world, thanks very much for your company on what is a very cold evening here in England. It's amazing. Last week over Christmas we had a few lovely days off working as I do in music, and it was just almost like spring. It was so warm. One day we were on one of the local beaches just having a walk and it was kind of just shirt sleeves. It was so warm, and now it's gone down to almost freezing again. So hey ho, it is January. So busy time for me. We've got pantomimes coming up. One of the shows has been moved sadly to a little bit later in the coming months due to COVID. These things are going to happen. But we have got lots of people on tonight, so we better take a few hellos. I hope you like the new camera setup. We're trying to do something a little bit different with some cameras on the organ today. So I hope you enjoy those. But we've got one or two folks just to say hello to. First of all, we've got Ernie in Iowa. Hello, Ernie. Welcome to you, sir. And also Steve. And Ernie and Steve have just become members of the channel. Thank you very much, guys, for supporting the channel. And I'll tell you a bit more about the memberships a bit later on. We've got Tony on, Reverend Tony. Thanks, Tony, for joining us. We've got a student of mine, Rob, and good evening, Tom, and all on the chat. Nice to hear from you, Rob, and looking forward to seeing you for our music lesson later this week. Well, I'll say later this week, tomorrow. And Steve, we need to talk about our next lesson as well. And who else have we got? We've got, Lee's on. Hello, Lee, one of my patrons, along with Rob and the rest of the gang. And Lee's a recent patron, actually, and Lee enjoys playing theatre organ. So thanks so much, Lee, for joining us this evening. Carrie's on. Hello, Carrie, joining us from Edinburgh, as is Steve as well. He's up in Edinburgh, so welcome. And we've got Alan from Georgia in America. Thanks, Alan. Lovely to have your company. Oh, blimey, they're coming in now. We've got Classic Clara Wedding High, my family, hello all. Philip Russell, good evening from the family. And Pearl in Southampton. Pearl, thank you very much for spending your evening with us and hope you're going to enjoy some of the songs we're playing this evening. Dennis is on. Hi, Dennis. Lovely to hear from you. Thank you so much. Trevor from Normandy. I nearly said Normandy then, Trevor. Trevor does not live in Normandy. Who have we got? Hello, we've got David on from Penzance, Steve Holman and Pat and Keith. It's good to see your hands and feet in action tonight. Yeah, I've decided to sort of, now that I've got my cameras and things properly set up, we're going to sort of just be showing the keyboards and the feet when we do the virtual theatre organ things. That adds a little bit more fun to it. But anyway, folks, not too much talking tonight because we want to get through as much music as we can. Sorry I was a little bit late starting because I was all streaming and then suddenly my 4G signal decided not to work. And so I had to reboot and then the software crashed. And, these things, it's bizarre. I can do 30 music lessons over 2 days, 35 music lessons, and it doesn't blip, and then you all ready to go, you press a button and oh my goodness. Anyway, we're running. Babs and Phil are on. Hello, Babs and Phil, lovely to hear from you. Hope you're enjoying your lovely organ at home. And sorry, I forgot to mention Susan and Keith. So I did say Keith, and I might have said Susan, I can't remember. But thank you both for being with us. And first of all, very happy New Year to you all, everybody. Hope you had a great Christmas and a very safe time. Tonight's live stream is all about, if you didn't know, the music of Irving Berlin. Irving Berlin came from a very traditional background. Born in Russia, he moved to America when he was a very young guy. And by the time he was in his early 30s, he was a megastar in America. His first big hit was Alexander's Ragtime Band, and that swept the world with this really infectious sort of dance banded kind of version of the ragtime rhythm, even went as far back as his home country. But he wrote no end of amazingly famous songs which have appeared in films, have been recorded by you name the name, they've recorded it. And of course last month we played his perennial favourite, White Christmas. Irving Berlin's a bit of a special composer for me because I played an Irving Berlin medley just over 20 years ago when I won the American Theatre Organ Society's Young Theatre Organist of the Year contest here in the UK, and it was a great pleasure after a few goes to be awarded the winning place. And my free choice was a small medley of Irving Berlin songs. So it's great to revisit some of these. So we're going to hear some great songs tonight. We're going to hear Sisters. We're going to hear Easter Parade. We're going to hear, you know, lots of those lovely old tunes, but melodies that I hope you'll know and enjoy. Just quickly show you the cameras. We've got pedal cam, we've got overhead cam, and we've also got the virtual organ camera. So we'll sort of flick between them and we'll do some pictures in pictures and stuff. But anyway, not too much talking, as I say, although I've just rabbited on for about 5 minutes. But thank you so much for all of your support last year. I really can't thank you enough. So, and that goes to everybody, not just the patrons and now the members of the channel, but to everyone who takes the time to watch the shows, comment, send in requests, ideas, and it's been a pleasure meeting so many new musical friends. It really has. I've met some lovely people online over the last few years, and several of those people have become students. But thank you so much for your interest and your support. It really, really is appreciated. So enjoy the sounds, everybody. I've no idea what I'm going to play. I've got a book actually that well, a bit of a sad story. When my grandparents passed away, I was inherited, as my sister did, some of their organ music, and so we sort of divided it up between us because we didn't want to see it go. And I've had this folder on my shelf for quite a few years, and it's an Irving Berlin book, and I think Grandma or Grandad split it all up and put it in folder sheets, so it's been lovely preserved. But it's one of those organ books that isn't really published anymore, so it's a great book. So anyway, let's enjoy some music, and do pop on some comments, and yeah, enjoy everybody. Thanks for being with us. Here we go. Well, it certainly beats going to the gym, running around like that. Thank you very much, everyone. If you've enjoyed the music, I see people typing away like mad, and I think we've had one or two more folks. Carrie said, would rather see your foot on your hands. Oh, there you go. Well, we did a bit of that, Carrie. Yes, a bit of a mix. Good evening, Tom, from Alan in Leeds. It is very cold here as well, Alan. Not wet, though. Oh, Barry's on. Hello, Barry. Be seeing you hopefully Friday for our lesson. And Barry, Leslie. Yes, Leslie. I need to speak to Leslie. Now it's the new year. Leslie's joining me for some lessons. Leslie in Yorkshire. Oh, hello. Hopefully, well, maybe hello, Leslie. Hopefully, Leslie will get in touch. Lee, lovely tibia. Yeah, it was a lovely sound, the tibia, isn't it? It's the foundation tone of the theatre organ. Eddie Fowler's on. Hello, Eddie. I haven't heard from you for a while. You forget just how many well-known tunes Irving Berlin wrote. You know, that is very true. George Gershwin described him as, I think, the finest songwriter he'd ever heard. I was like, you know, what more of an endorsement? And everyone just had so much praise for him. He was a very shy, very nervous man, I read. And of course his musical skills were quite limited. He was a great melody writer, but he mostly played on the black keys on his piano, and he didn't read music until sort of later in his life. And he had a special foot lever on his a mechanical lever, because obviously there was no digital instruments in those days, so he could mechanically shift all the hammers in the piano to a different string, so almost like a transpose feature that we have on our modern organs, so you could hear what it was going to sound like. But he was just a melody genius, he really was. Irving Berlin was also said of by Jerome Kern that he says Irving Berlin has no place in American music. He is American music, and as Eddie said, it's amazing how many of those tunes we think, did he write that? It's like, wow, it's quite amazing. So anyway, I'd like to say thank you so much to everyone for watching. Oh, Peter's on. Peter, hello to one and all, happy new year. Just been on a Zoom call to my sister in Sydney. Well, that's very, very hard to arrange with the time differences. I've got family in Australia. So yes, Carrie said, bravo, you have magic fingers and feet. Well, thank you very much, Carrie. Barry says, great skills and great tunes, thank you. And Steve said, just wonder what hardware you're playing, Tom. It's a Viscount classical organ, Steve. I've got it out for about 7 or 8 years now. And I have it in my studio for sort of teaching pipe organ students and theatre organ students, because it's that kind of instrument. The actual organ itself is quite basic. It just makes church organ sounds. And then it's just going into a computer which runs the virtual organ software Helpwerk. So that's quite useful when you're doing theatre organ lessons, because we don't really need all the strings and the trumpets and things on that kind of instrument if you're doing those kind of things. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's and those who've got verses watching, a lot of you can have Helpwerk on your verse. You can do that. Some people have these things added to their organs, but the only downside to it is you have to have wires everywhere and a computer, and and it doesn't always work. You have to make sure everything's wired up properly, and you switch it on sometimes and it doesn't go. So as it goes, you still can't beat an all-in-one organ. Lowry, Verzi, Ringway, any of those, they're just brilliant things. The Roland organs, they're all just nice to have one organ that does everything in one go. But yeah, but that's all very nice. David from Penzance said, fantastic, thank you so much, Tom. Full stop, David. Well done, get the grammar right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Take care of yourselves, and as I say, love to gain you as a subscriber. Just a little thing about something that one or two folks have been asking about, something that I've recently qualified for on my channel, because my channel's recently gained 1 million views, which is quite amazing. And it's thanks to people like you who watch the channel and watch these live streams and lesson videos I do. So when you get to 1 million views, you can activate, or something gets activated in the YouTube account, which is called memberships. Now, a lot of people watching tonight are patrons on Patreon. Now, this is not replacing Patreon. I have a Patreon channel for Keyboard Skills Pro. A lot of the people watching tonight are patrons. Thank you so much for your support, guys. And patrons subscribe to Patreon, and there's a monthly pledge, and it starts from £1. which is for sort of general support of the channel. The next level is the silver level, which is £5 a month, and that's when you get access to the free video, the bonus videos and the lesson PDFs. The gold one is £15 a month, and that one is where you can subscribe and get all the benefits. You also get a free gift. Ooh, yes. And you can also request 3 of your own personal videos, which I record for you and give you a shout out, and that goes on the channel. The platinum level is you get 2 free gifts, my sincere thanks, and as you would do with everything else, but then you can choose 5 videos that I can record through the year. And so that's where Patron's very good for that. Now, on YouTube, they do have a thing called memberships, and that's for people who maybe just don't want to bother with Patreon. They're not interested in perhaps getting bonus content and free videos and things like that. And the membership thing is just on YouTube, and that's just 99p a month. And if you want to help support my channel, because all this I do is done for free. You don't pay to watch anything I do on YouTube. It's all free of charge, all the lessons, and I'm very, very happy to share my knowledge. But of course, at the end of the day, unfortunately, that doesn't pay the bills, and so that's why I teach and do concerts and work with Allens and do all things like that. And of course, I do put a lot of time, energy and investment into my YouTube channel. So if you'd like to come with me on this journey and help my channel grow, produce better content, help me invest in better cameras and software and things like that, you can join YouTube as a member, and that's really nice. And I see 1 or 2 folks have already done that. But let's say, but whether you do that or not, I really do appreciate your support and your interest. So we're going to finish off with an anthem. And this was a little melody that Irving Berlin wrote. It's a ridiculously simple melody, as many of Irving Berlin's songs are. As a song he wrote, play a simple melody, and his melodies often are very simple. And this is an anthem that has, well, it didn't start out as an anthem, but it's kind of been adopted as an anthem for the music business, and that of course is there's no business like show business. So thanks to everyone for watching. Lovely to have your company. Next time on the channel, we're going to have in 2 weeks another live stream. Won't be here next week because it's pantomime, but we're still doing fortnightly live streams, and there's lots of really cool videos this year, including a little video for young Philip who's watching, and he asked about practicing with both hands, so that's coming very shortly, and 1 or 2 others as well. I know Lee needs to send me his 3 video choices for gold as well. So yeah, take care folks, thanks for watching, and we'll finish off with that amazing number, There's No Business Like Show Business. Take care and bye bye.